The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq futures are officially down. Every single futures is down. Today is Sunday, and we got a lot to discuss. I mentioned last week. I told you all, and some of y'all try to fight me in the comments, and I appreciate all of y'all who are giving different opinions and who are making me consider the fact that I could be wrong about my bearish thesis. I really appreciate that, but in the end, again, as y'all seeing right now, the futures are red. So we gotta discuss. We gotta really discuss what to expect this week to get you guys prepared and to get you guys paid. All right. Now, let's dive into the charts. Right off the bat, we got the Nasdaq futures, and this is the daily chart. And I warned you guys about how the level that we should watch out for extreme panic and chaos is exactly 24,600, somewhere around here. I released video number 1 on in between these 2 days on that Sunday night, and again on either Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, one of the others. All right, and right now we closed the week, at least last week we closed it under 24,750, below this white line. And as soon as it did so, it was game over. It was a wrap. The SPY futures is a lot more. The SPY ETF is actually a lot more obvious, or a lot more cleaner. There was a very clear floor to watch out for. And let's check out SPY itself. So this is the SPY. Okay, and I think it's okay. It's done. Nope, there it is. That's what I was waiting for. So this is the spot. We're gonna zoom out, and then we're just gonna zoom into that section right here, and we can clearly see where dip buyers were trying really hard to form support level right at 677, right there, and again. All right, and then on this was, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, we broke through, but it spiked up, and then on Friday we had a doji and we closed underneath it. That causes panic, and the fact that we're opening lower isn't looking very great. Okay, and 660 right now, it's at 660. The SPY is down about 12 points. Puts are about to print. There was a bearish pennant right there. Y'all see that, right? It's very obvious and very clear right here. It retested the floor, which became the ceiling, 3 times on Friday before breaking down in the afternoon, 40 minutes before the market closed. So this is an obvious move down. And the appropriate thing to do for all of the bears out there, we are bearish. We have puts. Hopefully, if you've been watching the channel, right, you should be having puts too, so that we can all get paid on Monday morning. Okay? And y'all know my style. Y'all know the protocol. The protocol is this: whenever something is gapping in our favor, we immediately sell half at market open, and then everything after that is a bonus to us. Okay, so will it go lower? Yes, I definitely think so, but the biggest move is already done for bears, at least between Friday and Monday. Could it get deeper? Yes, maybe it could go down to 650 before maybe forming like a V-shaped recovery intraday, something like that. And then tomorrow and then Tuesday and Wednesday, the SPY futures might play games, maybe for 3 to 4 days before we go down again. All right, but just watch out for that scenario. Will we go lower? I definitely believe so. Yes, there's a lot of gaps underneath that need to get filled, and the first one that's on my mind at the moment that I believe we get taken care of on Monday is the one right at 163, right? So if we open on the low end like it is right now at exactly 660, and then we drop a little bit below it in the afternoon, watch out for the gap fill in the afternoon. All right, maybe even midday, something like that. Okay, because the market, that's how the market works. when it goes too far away from that moving average, eventually it tries to catch up to it, play games, and then make a bigger move later, right? That's how the markets move. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the SPY. Oh wow, we are already 5 minutes in. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the SPY and the ETFs and the futures, blah blah blah. Now, let's talk about the stock for tomorrow and I believe for this week, entirely for this week. That stock is going to be none other than Tesla. And I want to share Tesla with y'all for one simple reason. I'm gonna clean up the chart just in case it's not clean. Okay, the chart is clean. And I told y'all, I think last week, that this thing was going to go down to 385. It already did its job last week, in the middle of last week, which was great, right? But now there is something even larger. There is something even bigger to consider. Like the floor for Tesla, at least from the new structure that I'm seeing, which is quite clean, apart from this small imperfection right there. Tiny imperfection, but I still like it. There is a descending triangle on the chart. All right, and resistance held twice. Once at 420 and then another one at 410. This is great. And right now we're opening below it. So with this, I'm thinking we might see a sell-off in the first 15 minutes of market hours on tomorrow. So we might see a drop down to like 375, because all of these individuals who've been buying at 385, they're gonna panic, especially if we open even lower, because again, things could get worse. All right, things could get really, really worse, and the market could be very generous to short sellers. So we have this setup right here on Tesla. If you already have puts on it, if you paid attention on Friday, there is a quite just like the SPY, quite obvious reason to go short over the weekend. Right? There is maybe it's not the cleanest, but it's there. Like the most important thing about this is that it's the bottom line. And the way the volume sort of kind of increases. It's more obvious with the SPY. The SPY was much cleaner, but you know, Tesla, Nasdaq, whenever the indices fall, Tesla follows. All right. And yeah, that's it up right here. If you have puts, the stock is exactly where it should be. So again, moral of the story tomorrow, collect half, pay yourself first, and then whatever that happens next, it's all a bonus. It's all a bonus. Next one that we're going to discuss is kind of going to be a recap on the one from the last video. I mentioned MU, and a lot of y'all were kind of clowning me in the comments because, again, I was wrong for one day. The stock had a dead cat bounce. Keyword, dead cat. All right, it's still down. I told y'all we're gonna drop, and the stock is dropping. Y'all see that, right? So I released that video about MU on this day, right here on the 3rd, and then the next day it spiked up, closed the gap below, and then on Thursday had a doji, a nice setup for an entry or a re-entry with puts. All right, and then Friday it closed in a very weak fashion, and it formed the same exact thing that the SPY made right there, with the perfect entry right at 380 or at 377 or even at the close at 372, right? Because the price target is way down. Price target for this one, I think at least the first one was 350, but we already at 350. And it doesn't hurt to be a little greedy, especially when we're way up there. I think we're gonna go to 325. It could be tomorrow. It could get there tomorrow. It's only what, 25 points? Yeah, I can do it. I think you can do it. Yeah, my reasons for being bearish are the same that I've mentioned on the last video. All right, with a little bit of extra, and the extra that I'm talking about was. Let me show you guys what it looked like at the time. So this is the Discord. This is a picture, a screenshot from noon on Friday. Right? So this is noon, and this is when that candle opened with the game plan right here. Everything is all given, all in real time, right? So anybody in the Discord could have picked anything. I have puts on not just MU but also AMD and Amazon. All right, so I have puts on all three, and this one is moving according to plan. All right, again, this is the MU chart, this is the Apple chart. It's definitely gonna go down here to 250, and then next one, oh, I put out that message right there 1 minute, 1 hour before the market opened. Puts on semis at market close for sure, because everything was going to fall. So again, this thing can go lower. And SNDK, I mentioned this one last week about how Micron was shorting this one since 650. A beautiful short, by the way. And that's the structure on SNDK. I was watching this one for a while. It's going to go lower, like it's gonna drop even lower, much lower. The level of support, at least the critical one to watch for, was the break of 550. Massive push from the lows of like what, $50 all the way up to 725, and now it's finally giving up. So there's a bunch of gaps below. This one will get filled on Monday, the one right here at 480. And yes, I did drop this one also in the Discord community right here, right before this thing actually broke down, with the price target being 415. Okay, so watch this one for a drop all the way down here as well. Now the next one that we gotta look at in today's video, yeah, we got time, we gotta look at AMD. And AMD, this one I'm gonna use it as a guide just to know exactly when this downtrend will be over. So yes, I have puts on it. Yes, I had puts on it since the highs of 189, and I'm still shorting this thing down, and I'm not done yet. I told y'all I want to cover really low. I want to cover when this gap gets filled, right? So every single day, literally, like for the past week and a half, I have had, yeah, I would say the past, yeah, two weeks, I had puts here, got burned, and then I got puts here, and then I got puts here, and then I got puts. Literally every single chance that I got when AMD closed the day below that blue line at 204, I bought puts, right? Because I knew this drop is coming, and I just could not see another outcome, and it looks like we're getting there. All right, so for everybody else who bought puts, we're gonna get here really soon. It's only a matter of time. 170 is the level for all of us. And the next one that we gotta look at in today's video is going to be the banks, the big bank, Goldman Sachs. And same thing with Goldman Sachs. I told y'all to watch it for a drop to that green circle at 800, and it got there by the end of the week. 800. It's gonna open at 800 on Monday. It might even go lower. Let me close that out. Yeah, it might even go lower. Again, the trend on everything, most sectors, is falling lower. Next level of support, at least the really big one, is down here at 672. But that's for another video. Will it get down there before earnings or after earnings? I don't know. I have no idea. All right, all I knew is that it was going to get up to 800, and it's already here. What happens next, I don't know. Unless it shows me something good that I can use, I'm gonna stay away from Goldman Sachs for the foreseeable future. And again, I gotta see something nice before I trade the banks. For now, the semis are easy, so that's where we put our money on. Semis, puts. Okay, so it's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, reminder, I repeat, I am not your financial advisor. All right, so do your own research and make your own decisions. If you disagree with anything that I've mentioned in these videos, I would love to argue with you in the comment section. I will be down there. All right, so again, if you think I'm wrong, if you think we're not gonna go even lower, give me the reasons why. I would love to hear it. Okay, don't forget to follow me on social media at Paulo Gumena Paranology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, Don't forget to like and follow for more.